If you love hiking and spending time outside, odds are you have been out to some of our amazing state parks and trails here in southeast Minnesota. But if you're looking for more of a challenge, a group is now pushing for a 100+ mile trail, and they need to get the word out. Southeast Minnesota is home to some of the upper Midwest's best hiking trails. But for the determined and experienced, what it lacks is a really long trail, a backpacking trail that takes many days to complete. Think the famous Appalachian Trail, for example. There is one local man who is working to change that.
So the Minnesota Driftless Hiking Trail is a program or a project to bring about a 125-mile backpacking style trail across southeastern Minnesota's driftless area.
Marty Walsh is a Rochester local who works in community and economic development. For several years now, he's been working to realize the Minnesota Driftless Hiking Trail, first by word of mouth and now as a full non-for-profit organization. The idea was born out of his own experiences backpacking other trails in the Midwest.
I think time spent hiking the Spear Hiking Trail was probably the biggest inspiration. And the more time I got out on other, especially Midwest trails like the Ice Age Trail, it came to be something that I thought could be great in the area. And then working in community and economic development in Fillmore County and learning more of those little hidden gem corners of the county, I wanted to tie that all together.
Let's get a lay of the land. The driftless area is a broad region of hilly terrain and streams in between Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin that was untouched by the glaciers of the Ice Age. The vision of the new trail is set in between Fillmore and Houston counties in the far southeastern corner of the state. Starting west of Chatfield, the trail will continue east broadly along the North Fork of the Root River and meeting up with the Root River Bike Trail near Wayland. From there, the plan is to push through the nearby state forest lands, passing the mythical Cabbage Rocks, and continuing near Yucatan and onto Beaver Creek Valley State Park. After passing through downtown Caledonia, the last leg of the trail will pass around the Crooked Creek Valley and end near the area of the Reno Overlook at the Mississippi River. But there is a lot of logistics and community work in the way of a foot connection between Chatfield and the Mississippi River. Walsh's group has been working for years to execute and pitch their plan.
We think about 30% of the trail will end up being on state-owned land. We've been working with the Minnesota DNR for a couple of years, just on what those contracts look like, what those agreements look like, who's doing what work. And we made a lot of progress, but it's things that we want to get done right.
Then there are some partner trails, including the 11-mile Lost Creek Hiking Trail near Chatfield and those near Eagle Bluff Environmental Learning Center near Lanesboro. For the rest, Walsh is working with landowners who are interested in helping the cause.
We want to work with willing landowners only to try and build out a network. Again, maybe it's using their existing trails that they already have on their property. Maybe it's somebody who wants to add a trail to their property. Might be somebody who doesn't use their land most of the year, like it's a hunting or recreational property.
Walsh's group has already received interest from a number of landowners across their trail corridor, helped by Minnesota's laws that protect property owners from public access. If you are a local in the area, Walsh would love to hear from you, whether you're interested or not.
And just reach out and let's talk, because even if it's someone who is really adamant that maybe they think they don't want the trail on their property, I guess that's information we'd like to have too, so that we can plan to not go through that area and try and find better opportunities. The other thing that people can do is talk to their neighbors, right? Not everybody is going to be on the trail corridor, but maybe you know someone who is, and making sure to encourage them to check out that project.
The group is aiming to have some designated segments of the trail ready within the next 12 months and continue working from there to connect these segments over the coming years. One day, the hope is for hikers to come away with an appreciation for the unique driftless landscape.
You get to see, kind of at a walking speed, rather than that driving speed of going through the landscape, just how unique and varied the landscape is here. Whether you're in a bluff-top prairie or down in kind of these valleys and little creek bed areas, there's just so many different things.
The group recently received a little over $400,000 from the Minnesota Natural Resources Trust Fund to hire a community organizer and pay for other trail expenses. And for those looking to help in any way, there are plenty of volunteer opportunities to help map and build the trail on the newsletter. Just go to our website for more info at KIMT.com.